Hey guys, welcome back into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Today we're going to run through why the crypto market's been going up for the past few days. It's tied to M2 money, which is today's topic right here. The M2 money, we've gone over M0, M1, M2, M3 money, okay? We're going to cover this in today's episode, and we're going to have some fun with it. Welcome in. Please tap like and subscribe. And please hit the Caleb link down below so you can check out what is going on with Caleb and Brown and why you should look at them. This is never financial advice in this channel, simply for educational, informational purposes only, and sometimes entertainment. Check out Caleb. Do your research. We did. I've been using them for over a year. I think they're fantastic. My wife and I love Caleb and Brown. You have a crypto broker at your disposal 24/7. It's fantastic, and it's fantastic. And you also get a one-time fee charged only. There's no limit to get started with an account. There's no minimum to get started with an account. There are no daily withdrawal fees. So when you're on all these other exchanges like Uphold and Coinbase and everything, and you're grabbing 50 grand a day as a daily withdrawal limit from Uphold or whatever that is, and I think Coinbase is like 100K. I think you can go up to 250K. On Coinbase, you have like a pro account, something like that. These exchanges limit you how much you can pull out per day when crypto's rocking and rolling and going up for you. So here you are, here I am, here anybody is invested into the crypto space, putting in money that we can afford to lose, because that's how I invest. We invest on the channel. It's just money we could afford to lose anyway. That's how people invest. Because when one invests that way, one doesn't have to worry about paying bills and things like that, and then crypto going down. And instead, in fact, they can purchase more when crypto goes down, or they could just dollar cost average or DCA and just keep buying on a regular, like getting it taken out of my paycheck. Anyway, never financial advice, but this is how things are done in the investment space. Once one learns how to do it. Now, cryptocurrency market cap today, 3.29 trill. We are at a dead even between fear and greed. Bitcoin's at 107,380 right now. She jumped up, you gotta breathe. She jumped up to 108 yesterday. Bitcoin, 108 or so. Bitcoin's at $2.17. She is up almost 1% on the week, and up just a little bit more than 1% on the day. We could cover a whole bunch more. We're not going to. Like I said, check out Caleb. You're gonna love them. It's pretty crazy what they offer you and what's available. It's because we're early in crypto. These kinds of things will not be available, I do not believe, coming up, maybe from Caleb, but from other companies moving forward. I'm just not seeing it. This is like an early, in folks that once later adopters come in, All right, see, I got to mention one thing. We're going to get to today's topic. I have to mention one thing that I keep thinking about with crypto that I think people don't understand. Cheers. I have to cheers my mic every morning. Here's the deal. Never financial advice. Education. This is how this asset class works. When I buy something like an XRP that has utility in the real world, and its utility, the XRP ledger is used, and Ripple leverages XRP in the XRP ledger, it gets burned, it gets more scarce. There's only some billions in existence, and it goes up in price because the demand increases. It becomes more scarce. Something becomes more scarce, it goes up in value, goes up in price. Now, my point, there are utility coins in the crypto space that will go up based on their usage. I'm going to call Cardano another one. Okay. There are a few: XLM, XDC, Algo, IOTA, VET, Harmony One, Zilliqa, AVAX. Not all work the same. They don't all work the same way. I didn't just name all equal things. Those are different types of cryptos. Okay. Just know those are different types of cryptos. Some are similar that I just mentioned. Some are payment coins. What my point here is this, guys. I lose my train of thought because I think about 5 trillion things at one time and it floods my mind. All right, let me get back to the point. Here's the deal. There are utility cryptos. We all know this. There are also speculative cryptos that do not have that donut. I could not use a donut. I'm fat. They do not. I repeat, there are cryptos that that I can purchase or one can purchase and one can invest in. Never financial advice. Don't buy anything because of what I'm saying. There are cryptos like Bitcoin that do not have utility. I'm sorry, I'm doing this stuff again with not sharing my screen when I'm being a yapper. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Here's the deal. I promised I would remember to do that. My guy keeps telling me, you knucklehead, Frank. You go off on a rant, you got to get your face up there. Here's the deal. There are cryptos that someone can purchase, not financial advice, that are undervalued now, that will, in the real world, either see, and I'm going to say payment coins in particular, will see real world utility and adoption moving forward, and therefore their value will go up. And then there are those that their value will go up because they are speculative cryptos, like a Bitcoin. They do not have a real world utility or value. Let's say, let me be careful here because they do, because Bitcoin does, and people, including me, we have to be careful about how we say things, I think, and words we use in order to speak clearly and accurately. It's unfair to Bitcoin to say that it doesn't have utility because it does. It's not fair. It does have utility. We know it does. And we all know it does as XRP folk. Bitcoin has utility. What's the utility, Frank? He's talking to himself again. He's having conversations with himself again, this guy. Guys, think about it. Bitcoin, you can use it. Yeah, the Lightning Network makes it be usable. Talk to people in Brazil, whatever, Sao Paulo, that are using Bitcoin as payment. Okay, so it does have utility. This is not true to say Bitcoin doesn't have utility. It has a sucky, crappy utility. Bitcoin has a crappy utility. Very crappy. Very not good. It has utility. It just sucks. All right. That's anybody, you Bitcoin maxis, you back off. You back off now. Now, I said I'd be nicer on the channel, but I don't think I can do that. We have to be who we are, and I'm the tanker, and I'm going to tank you. If I see it, I'm going to tank you. I tank myself sometimes, and it's fun. I just destroy myself. Here's the deal. Bitcoin sucks as a utility item. And if you're a Bitcoin holder, you're a Bitcoin maxi, you don't agree with that, oh, I'm sorry. You're just not. Come on now. Come to Jesus. You're just not being honest. Bitcoin's utility sucks. I don't think I could look anymore into the center of that tiny little, that black lens that's about an inch, not really diameter. It's kind of like, goes like this, and then on the edges it curves. And I'm telling you, I'm looking dead center into that some bitch. And I'm going to tell the world right now, Bitcoin's utility sucks. And smile and laugh. Because I don't care. I mean, it sucks. If you say it doesn't suck, you're not being honest. You're being full of crapola. Its utility, option, and viability fucking sucks. It sucks. When you look at XLM, XDC, what's under the hood of those puppies and how they move crypto around the world like fucking UFOs, dude. Bitcoin's a piece of shit, okay, as far as utility. Now, as far as a store of value, people say it's the cat's ass, the cat's pajamas. I said I would clean it up. The cat's pajamas. The bee's knees. I can't think of any more. Guys, Bitcoin sucks. I'm here to tell you, But here's the deal. As a utility coin in the world, Bitcoin is garbage. And anybody want to challenge me? Come on now. Because you just put the gloves down before you even put them on. Because there is no discussion here whatsoever. Anybody who knows anything, that means you know anything about crypto. If you're going to say that. And you would say, well, the Lightning Network makes it so... Oh, yeah, great. Yeah, you need the Lightning Network to zip it up. And that don't work the way that a native blockchain ought to work with its coin. No, you don't do that the way the XRP ledger XRP. You've got no case. You are nothing but a store of value, and you are really nothing in the world. If you look at it, Bitcoin, you really are nothing. If you look at what's under your hood, your tech stacks, you are garbage. When you go against an XRP, an XLM, an XDC. And if you tell me otherwise, you really don't know anything about crypto. Like, you don't know the basics, because that's a basic thing to understand about crypto. I'm not parroting that. We know this to be true for fact positive, that Bitcoin's utility and its chain sucks as far as utility. Okay. I'm not sure if we're clear enough on that. I don't know. Do you want me to cover that a little more? You want me to hit on that a little more? I don't know if I got that point, conveyed that point adequately. Did I? Okay, yeah. Bitcoin is a utility coin. Suck shit. Okay. As a store of value, let's get into that real quick, and then we'll get into today's topic, because this is all related. Oh yeah. See, you thought Tanker was doing the whole going all over the place again. No. It is all related, and I'm tying it back in like an awesome Seinfeld episode. Here it comes. Ready? Here it comes. M2 money. Okay. Before we jump onto it, because that's today's topic, and I'm going to show you how it's related right now. Here you go. Bitcoin store of value. Okay. Store of value how? Okay. Store of value means it is a safe haven, a safe flee to when regular money system goes shitola. When regular money system goes shit, thank God I have this hedge against it called Bitcoin, which is a store of value because it does that, okay? But it's not, because, wait for it, everybody knows that the printing of USDT Tether is what's propping Bitcoin up at any time. You'll see the relation between printing of USDT Tether and Bitcoin's price going up. And if you say that's not true, you're full of shit too, because go back and look at the charts. So please, somebody hit me in the comments and tell me how I'm wrong on this. So because that's the truth about USDT Tether and how it has to hold U.S. Treasuries in order to keep its one-to-one backing, as I think it's the main thing it does. But I know it definitely does that, and it has to. That is intimately tied with the U.S. money system. Ah, interesting. So how is it a hedge against it? Nobody's answered this for me yet, and I think Bitcoin would probably go to zero if everybody really, really, really realized that. Truth of Bitcoin and how it's so intimately tied with the U.S. money system. But anyway, maybe I should shut up, because then Bitcoin's not going to go up, and then all my other shit ain't going to go up, right? Everybody's like, Tank, shut the fuck up. I've always been that person in the room, even as literally a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old, like in church or whatever, where I'm like, whoa, we to the adults, like, you guys, you're saying like this is this, but like, call me crazy, but I'm seeing that this is actually this, and why are you guys all like doing this thing? I don't get it. Well, it doesn't make a lot of sense. In school, I'd always be that person, the teacher would be like, who the fuck let this kid in? Just blow the whole thing. We're trying to get this point across in this way with this narrative, and this kid just busted it apart. Gets fucking 7 years old. Yeah, that's Frankie. Anyway, that's probably why I'm into crypto, because somebody told me about it, a good friend, 2 of them actually. Thank you, both. You two, you know who you two are. I don't want to name your names on there. Yeah, that's probably why I gravitated towards crypto. Anyway, yeah, so that's the point, is do we want a utility coin, or do we want a what's a so-called store of value? Okay, I don't know. You get whatever you want to get. I get whatever I want to get. If we want to play ball with this, let's go ahead and get to today's topic, which is, and by the way, before we do, and we are going to, I swear, let's quickly share and go to, just check what, so here we are at 1 cent for a Zilliqa, and we've got South Korean won here, the KRW, and we've got USDT. So this is enough for me. This is not financial advice. This activity alone that happens is enough for me, and there's enough of this activity as well with USDT into the US. See what's happening here? See that? See the increase in the Zilliqa? Watch how this increases it coming up. And by the way, in the past minute, it's traded 1,841,000 Zilliqa on Upbit, Gate, BitTrue, Digifinex, all these over here. OKX, Yeah. Guys, let me learn you something about this before you jump into today's topic. Look at CoinX. So 1,712,000 transactions in the past minute, traded in the past minute of Zilliqa. Okay. Probably lots of you ain't even heard of what Zilliqa is. I don't know, maybe you did. But guys, really? Just on some of these things, because Zilliqa right now, if you come back here and you go to Zill, never financial advice on the channel. If you go to Zilliqa and you pull up its all-time chart, look at that. Look at its look at Zilliqa's. Don't worry, we're gonna get into today's topic. 25 cents for an all-time high of Zilliqa. 25 cents for an all-time high. It's at a frickin' penny. Zilliqa keeps the activity up. I am saying she could easily go at least a 2 or 3x for Zilliqa past all-time high. I'm seeing that to be true on Zilliqa. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. What do I know? Don't worry. We're going to get to today's topic. Relax. This is important to do. I'm going to do a 3x, 75 cents on Zilliqa. H1's worth 75 cents. It's at a penny. Okay, so the 107,000 to purchase a Bitcoin right now, and to have it go 2x or 3x, maybe to 214,000 or 321,000, whatever that is. Yeah. Okay. How about instead, never financial advice, a calculator exercise. An individual instead purchased 107,000 coins of Zilliqa at 1 penny. And got 10,700,000 shares. Call it 10,500,000, whatever, because of fees and stuff. But 10 million, call it 10 million shares. Okay, that here I'll make it be 10,000,005. Okay, shares of Zilliqa. Now, when Zilliqa goes to its 3x, 75 cents, that's 7.875 mil. Before tax. That's just a point to make. I love to pull the calculator out because people who are new to investing and new to crypto don't realize what these numbers actually look like. And if they did, they would be like, oh, maybe I should start paying attention to something like this. I don't know. Maybe money. Maybe money I should look at. All right. Let's do today's topic. Let's get it covered. Let's get going on it. Let's pull me back to get to full camera. And here's the dilly willy. So crypto going up in the money printer. Crypto M2 money. So M2 money goes up and then risk on assets go up like crypto. That's a thing. We'll see Bitcoin go up some weeks later, about 10 weeks later after risk on goes up. When you're in the space for a little bit, you start to see the truth of these things. And it's fun. That's really fun. It makes your voice get really high like that. All right. Crypto folk, here's the dilly willies. We're trying to have fun here this morning on the channel. Keep it light. Have some laughs. I mean, it's fucking Thursday after all. What the hell? All right, here's the deal. Let's get into it. By the way, it's Thor's Day today. Thor. All right, so people are like, well, Frank, oh, just don't worry. I'm getting to the topic. Relax. People are like, Frank, like Thor's not. It's not real. It's an X-Men movie or whatever and stuff. And it's like, yeah, Thoth is not real. It's an imaginary character. This guy's kind of crazy. I don't know if he's right about crypto because he's kind of crazy. All right. Yeah. That's why the Library of Congress has these monstrous, like, whatever tall steel doors or whatever doors. I forgot what they're made out of, but engraved in them, I think they might be bronze. Engraved in them. Check that on me. Fact check me. You've got Thoth engraved in the door as the master magician, master record keeper, master builder, along with Jesus. Don't worry, I didn't forget Jesus as the master builder, his teacher. So Thoth is a very interesting character in history, and I suggest you check that one out. Who said research, 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 learn, over and over and over and over again, never stop, always stepping out of the darkness of ignorance and stepping into the light of enlightenment and knowledge past where we were yesterday, because people don't do it. And if they did, they would actually find out that these characters, that Thor is actually freaking carved into the door of the Library of Congress. Go check it out. Why would that be? Check it out. By the way, Thor's Day. You also have Saturn Day. You also have Sunday, the day of the sun. You also have Monday or Moon Day, the day of the moon. Need I really go on? Tuesday is the day of Mercury with the wings on the feet, on the shoes, the fast messenger runner. You want some more of this info? You don't want this info. You want the regular crypto info. Let's get into it. It's fun to me. I love this stuff. All right, M2 money supply. Here we go. M2 money. All right, now I'm going to get more poignant, more focused because I'm going to get to my notes. So we've got all liquid assets. So to run through the money, the monetary base is number one, M0 money. It's the liquid measure of the money supply, okay? The M0 money is the liquid measure. It includes all the cash, all the bank reserves at the Federal Reserve. It also includes, that's basically it. It's like all the printed liquid cash and then Federal Reserve stuff, money. Reserves at the reserves. Reserves at the reserve. M2 is what is known as narrow money. So this is an aggregate every time each step we take from M0, M1, M2, M3. It's an aggregate of the prior. You will see. I did not mean to rhyme, and I won't do it again. I was going to. It includes the M0 money, and plus, you got your traveler's checks. You got your savings accounts. Okay. All included since 2020. M1 since 2020 kind of changed how it calls it, and it calls it now, including M1. M2 is M1. This is an aggregate. Like I said, here comes the M2 money supply and today's topic. Here we go. Welcome to the channel, those into the cast, those who are viewing. Hello, welcome out there. Please don't be a stranger and don't be a creeper watching the show, and tap that like and subscribe now. All right, here's the deal. M2, it is the liquid assets. It's M1 and the liquid assets and CDs under 100K, as well as retail money market funds. And it's considered a reliable predictor of inflation for the Fed. You know its dual mandate goal: keep inflation below 2% and keep the employment market strong and healthy. I said it like a jackass because that's what I think that whole thing is. How stupid. Anyway, yeah. How about just track it the regular way it's supposed to be tracked instead of CPI, Consumer Price Index, which is tracking our inflation that we're all spending. And all you guys might not know, but they do actually say it. And I got to talk really fast so I can just buzz through it because I could repeat it so many episodes. Is that the CPI or Consumer Price Index, which tracks our inflation based on certain commodities like oil, like food, it takes like milk, it takes like a basket aggregate of all this stuff, and it tracks it, and it says, "Oh no, we're under 2%." No, because how the inflation is actually tracked and the numbers that's used by the Fed, and when Jerome Powell gets up there, he actually will tell you too that he's actually tracking core CPI, Consumer Price Index, which does not include food and energy. So all the food that the humans take into the body to then run all the machines and all the diesel and all the gasoline and all the fuel to heat all the homes. Yeah, all that not considered. And by the way, also they'll talk in terms usually of supercore, and then that's the inflation number that they actually track. And then that one doesn't include food, energy, nor does it include housing. Well, this crypto tank guy really knows his shit on this. He's enlightening me, I think. I think he's like spelling it out, which they do tell you. It's just, are you listening? It's the most boring points that they tell you. It's the, we'll pass the bill when we go on break. Wow, I wonder how intelligent we all are, and if we see the truth and we see through things. Anyway, M3 includes M2 plus large time deposits over 100K, institutional money market dough, money market funds, and repo agreements, and also less liquid assets. The Fed stopped collecting data, interestingly enough, for M3 money in 2006. 2008, we have the crash. So just like I'm do this on purpose because like we're really not this smart. Like really, this is obvious how all this stuff happens. That now hides what's happening with all the biggest money on the planet. What's happening? We can't see what's happening with it. This is why we love blockchain. Starts to show how the flow of the money goes. The big money, the big institutional, big money market money. Yeah, this huge money. Repo markets, institutional money markets. Yes, the big dough. The Vanguard, the BlackRock, the State Street, the big dough bros. The big money that's actually moving everything. No. As of 2006, no, see now. Don't need to see that. You don't need to see that. Don't worry about it. And then the way it happens, Robinson, Anyway, anywho, some analysts do still include and calculate the M3 money supply, as they fucking ought to. It's one of the largest drivers of why are you not going to club what? Why what? All right, don't make me freak out here early in the morning. Let's get to the episode and how and why when M2 goes up, the rest goes up. Oh, gosh. Frank, relax. The truth of things starts to come to light. And we can still remain relaxed. It's okay. It's all in good fun, this whole thing. All right. Little known force that sends Bitcoin and crypto to the moon. Okay? Not ETFs. Not hype cycles. Not the Bitcoin halving, which everybody thinks it is. It is, in fact, rather the M2 global money supply, which we just covered. By the way, money printer turn on, start cranking, and I hate money printer go brr is the dumbest shit. Like that, keep doing that dumb shit. Like, come on, please, I'm trying to be nice. I said I would stop doing that. I bet Crypto Hulk loves me. We're kind of similar, Hulk and I. We're two East Coast dudes that just spit that shit the way we see it. We call bullshit, we see it, we fucking call it. Balls, son, balls. Yeah, Crypto Hulk's got balls, dude. That's why that guy's cool. That's why I follow that dude. I watch him. He spills the beans early on shit. Now, doesn't he? Good job, Hulk. Following Hulk for a long time. He also calls out jackasses in this space, too. He's fucking so funny, this dude. All right, anyway. We try to be nice, though. We're from the East Coast. We're a little rougher. East Coast bro, Crypto Hulk. What up, yo? Yeah, I learned so much from Crypto Hulk over the years. What he has uncovered over the years. Yeah, a lot of work to uncover all this shit. Now I'm doing it. It's like learning how to play the guitar. You watch Steve Vai or somebody play the guitar, and you go try to do it, or Eddie Van Halen or somebody, and you go to try to do it, and you're like, oh shit. Or Paco Lucha, or one of these awesome guitarists, right? And you go try to play the guitar. Oh boy. It's a different ball game now, isn't it? All right, here's the deal. This money printer go burr thing is so dumb to me. I'm sorry. Stop doing money printer go burr. Stop being a parrot, stupid robot, please. People, please. Come up with your new sound. It doesn't have to be burr, grr. I'm saying grr. It's too close to the old one, though. Money printer go pup, 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 pup. Yeah, because it's so overworked, it's going pup, 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 pup. All right, so that's my new one. Now let's see if the world can catch on to that brilliant little, what do you call that? It's not an anecdote. Anyway, Bitcoin blasts off when this shit happens, guys. When money printer go pop, 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 and start pumping the freaking dough out, which is going to happen very shortly. They've already been given permission some months ago, and they've already been doing it. They, meaning the money printer folks that have the hand on the on-off. And it's coming. They're getting ready to drop the money. Get ready for a flood of liquid money. Get ready for a flood of M2, and then just about maybe 10 weeks later, get ready for a massive hike in Bitcoin. We are looking at about summer, fall. Certain events have been playing out that have been showing me that this is going to happen. But today we're going to unpack why Bitcoin XRP and other risk on assets like crypto explode. Just, I would say about 10 weeks after central banks quietly turn that faucet back on, right? And start printa. It's deep macro assets that meet the digital goal. Let's break this down. Let's do it. We've already covered what M2 money is. It's the M1, which is all the cash and checking accounts, plus it's the savings accounts, plus it's money market funds, okay? And this all increases, of course, when the money printer gets turned on and all this cash floods into the economy. This money, I say cash, it's not cash. This digital money floods in. When you took the cash equivalent portion of what that is, the cash is like this, and this is like, it's all digital. That was dumb the way I explained that, but you know what I mean. All right. It's essentially the most watched measure of real liquid money in the global system. When M2 goes up, it means central banks are injecting liquidity into the market. When M2 expands, governments are either stimulating the economy or reacting to financial stress or quietly reflating asset prices, which is what we called when we first started the channel, and I've been calling along with other masters because I heard what they said and I checked. I'm like, these guys are right. I didn't come up with it. This is just what happens. This is pull this lever and this lever always like goes down. Yeah. Risk on assets, M2 money supply. Here's how it goes. World's in trouble. We need more liquidity, more flow in the market. M2 money supply increase. Money printer goes put, turns on. Flow of money come in. Some weeks later, Bitcoin up. Risk on assets go up. Also, then interest rates usually go down too. Get dropped. Real estate market and other regular real world assets go up. They get inflated. Inflation. You know what happens with that? Somebody put in the comments if you know what happens with inflation once all the freaking 6 things I just laid for dominoes. What's the last domino to fall? What happens when inflation when inflation when all this happens? All right, I'm going to bust it to you. It freaking goes up. So now, and why? Because now there's so much money in circulation. There's so much flow going of all this money. It ends up being kind of like a monopoly money where it's like not worth a lot. Yeah, I got a whole ton of money in my pocket. It doesn't buy me that much. Doesn't buy me that much. That's what I mean. Its purchasing power has been eroded. Okay, so I hope I'm helping folks to understand. Please tap the like and subscribe if you're getting any value out of this education of how all this money stuff works. If you're learning how it all works, I know it's a lot to digest. But when M2 money expands, basically governments are either stimulating the economy, they're reacting to financial stress, which is what it said. Now we need injection of liquidity into the market, so print money printer turn on. and quietly reflate asset prices, including real estate. So real estate market go up from this whole thing. Look for those who are into real estate and are like, it's been so tough. Oh my God, because Colorado area, it's been a buyer's market. Sellers like, geez, I can't sell these houses. Buyers want everything. Yeah, don't worry, it's all about to change. That's all about to change. Give it summer, fall. Real estate crank back up in Colorado. It could take until next summer, but I don't think it will. Yeah, real estate's all going to crank back up in Colorado. There's going to be a banner year for real estate. At least some banner months for real estate. And then what usually happens after all of this, after that false inflation, including, by the way, the stock market cranks like a sumbitch. So those asset prices go up when this happens. And this is a trend that we've seen in the past. And then what happens? The bottom falls out because that shit was false and it all fucking crashes. And so watch out. There's a warning, never financial advice. So yeah, and then that's when we have our extended bear time. And these cycles happen every 5-7 years. When you follow this shit and you've been paying attention, you see that it's no mystery now. Now I see how the money cycle works. It's actually a plannable thing. I've just demystified the whole damn thing for you. I should have just called the episode that. I just demystified, if you watched in the beginning, how this whole shit works. Basically enough for you to be dangerous, to understand and know and be able to plan properly, accurately, and be a winner moving forward. In anything that you're doing in your life, because these things that I'm laying out are just basics on how to go research, and so on and so forth. And I never tell you to buy anything on the channel. This is never for financial advice. I don't care what you do with your money, and I really mean that. I don't care. It's up to you. It's none of my business. Do whatever you want with your money. I'm never responsible. Neither is this channel. I am not a financial advisor. Neither is YouTube. You do what you want with your money. This is strictly for educational information purposes only, sometimes inspiration and sometimes a little bit of entertainment. All right, now that the attorneys are satisfied, let's get to the mechanics of how M2 expansion fuels risk on rallies. Like we've seen in the past, and we're going to see it coming up shortly here too. Let's zoom in on how exactly the money printer going put because it's overworked leads to crypto rallies. Are you sick of winning yet? Central banks print money. M2 go up. Number two, the second thing is that money first flows to bonds and bank reserves. The third thing that happens is seeps into the equity markets. Think S&P and NASDAQ. Okay. From there, it filters into high beta assets. Things with high risk and reward potential. Oh, interesting. Number 5, finally, it lands in crypto and speculative assets, where the potential upside is 10 times, 10x or more, is 10x or more. Finally, number 5, the money lands in crypto and speculative assets. Are you fucking listening? Where the potential upside is 10x or more. It's never financial advice on the channel. This is what we've witnessed in the past. We're not telling you what to do or buy. Can you very kindly, anybody who's I'm ever getting through to, please pay attention to what I am trying to tell you. Here goes the cycle again. Number 1, central banks print the money. Number 2, the money flows into bonds and bank reserves. Then it seeps into equity markets is the third thing it goes into, like the NASDAQ and markets. From there, it goes into high beta assets. High beta assets, things with high risk and reward potential. And then finally, the big daddy of high risk reward potential, which is crypto and speculative assets, number 5. Finally, the money lands into number 5. Crypto, where the potential upside is fucking 10x or more. I think if I swear I can get through to somebody, but I just don't think that's going to make the difference, Frank. You better just try to keep it cleaner and don't swear. He's talking to himself again. All right, it's like a freaking waterfall, guys. At the top, you got a central bank, and at the bottom, you got Bitcoin and XRP. So that's what trickles down. Liquidity basically cascades down the financial system. Okay. By the time it reaches the bottom, crypto gets the splashings. which ends up being a lot of splashings because that initial money is just so much money that crypto even just gets, a trill or whatever of that money. It's nuts at nutsos. Historical proof Bitcoin mirrors the M2. I'll lay it out for you. 2020, that whole thing that happened in 2020. I don't want to say it. But that stimulus money that came out, and then global M2 exploded after those checks came out. 9 trill between March and December of 2020 was given out. I don't know if people realize it's that much. 9 fucking trill. What happened? Bitcoin 5K. Up to 65K in 12 months' time after that. Ethereum went from $100 to $4,000 after that, and 12 months after that. XRP went to 13 cents up to $1.96 in April of 2021. That happened. That's what kind of effect the M2 money supply had on crypto back then. 2017 M2 growth. Post QE in European Union and China, quantitative easing. Okay, after that, we got ECB and PBOC quietly eased liquidity. That was the first thing that happened. That's what we witnessed. And then Bitcoin, $900 to $20K. XRP under a penny to $3.84 in January 2018. Then the lawsuit, of course, from the SEC got slapped on him. The DJ Clayton walked out the door. Every time central banks open, the tap Bitcoin and XRP flow some bitches with a few weeks of delay. It's about 10 weeks-ish or so when it starts happening. And it reaches its height after some weeks after that. Why the delay? Because it takes time for money to move, people. Liquidity to move from treasuries to institutions to hedge funds and finally to your favorite crypto exchange. The inverse, what happens when the M2 shrinks, this is what happens when M2 contracts, okay? Let's look at 2022 when it contracted. The Fed raised rates, balance sheets shrunk, M2 decreased for the first time in decades. Bitcoin fell from 69,000 to 15K. XRP dropped from $1.40 to 30 cents. Everybody's like, oh, crypto's dead. Remember this time? Because when liquidity dries up, speculation dies. I paused for a long time on purpose. Be like, you guys haven't you witnessed this? You remember how this happens? And if you've been in the space for a little bit and been doing this for some years, you see this. Please play ball with us and watch this for a while and watch how fun this whole thing is. It's fun after you've been doing this and go down the rabbit hole for some time. Take the journey along with us. Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy. Frank the Crypto Tank. Hit that like and subscribe down below. And don't forget to check our Caleb link, our affiliate partner down below for your crypto brokerage needs. They are just smashing. You can't beat them. Investors sell. I use them and I love them for some time now, my wife and I. Investors sell the risky stuff first, guys. When speculation dies, crypto is the first thing to fall and the last to recover, which is why we have these long bear markets. But when M2 returns, coming up right now, waking back up, guys. Crypto wakes up first and rallies hardest. That's what we're about to witness, not financial advice, here on the channel. Oh, so Frank, where do I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum? Not fucking listening, are you? You want a little 2-3x, don't you? You want that little wimpy X, don't you? Yeah. I don't care what you guys do with your money. Yeah. I don't do that. I'll tell you what I do. I have a little Bitcoin, a little Ethereum because I have gotten it back. I mean, I would never buy that shit now. It's way too expensive now. Come on. That's my opinion. M2 is global. Okay. It's not just the Fed and inside our Fed system here in the U.S., right? Our central bank. It's actually a global thing. So it's not just, U.S. market is the largest market on the planet. We get it. Financial market, but still. Crypto is like a global liquidity sponge, basically. Okay, so we watch these players like PBOC, People's Bank of China. They injected 1.1 trill in Q1 2023, and it triggered Asia-driven Bitcoin rally. like a son of a gun. European Central Bank, the ECB, resumed bond buying quietly in Q4 of 2022. Its effect, altcoin market heated up in Q1 2023 as a result. Bank of Japan, right? Largest QE per capita in the world. Japan's funds bought into BTC ETFs in 2024. So it means when any major central bank increases M2, this is what we witness. There's a result. Okay. Risk on assets go up. All right, we're going to wrap it up for today. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do today besides what I'm doing here for the channel. It's the whole iceberg thing. We are creating some great treats for the folks that are going to come into the Patreon that we will charge for a very small amount to be part of our community and have access to the extra stuff that I allude to here on the channel but don't get deeply into. And I'm not just talking about Thor's Day and Saturn Day and Sunday and Moon Day and all that shit. I'm talking the hardcore crypto shit. That's deep, deep, deep stuff that a lot of folks are not aware of because they do not research the way we do on the channel. There are a couple of other channels that do. Crypto Hulk is absolutely fantastic. I suggest you check him out. And I also suggest you check out 24 Hours Crypto. Excellent research channel. Cyper Superior X, Superior Trading, Cyper X. Check him out. His channel is amazing. He and Aqua lay it down, and I learned a bunch of stuff from these dudes. Yeah, check out some of the other crypto peeps that are out there. There are a number of them. And please check our link down below for Caleb and Brown. We hope to see you in here tomorrow morning on our 6 o'clock episode for crypto info, blockchain made easy. It sounds so cool in here that I'm gonna feel like Wolfman Jack after a while. Wolfman Jack. Trying to figure out how that guy sounded. But anyway, hey guys, I want you to please tap that like and subscribe. Subscribe? Yeah, subscribe. Tap the 3 value buttons down below, please. And check out the Caleb link. And check us out again tomorrow morning for another live stream. And I'm pretty sure we may have a video coming out today. I always forget what day. But enjoy your day. I hope it goes simply smashingly for you. And we'll check you here tomorrow morning on Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy, with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank, chopping it all up for you in bite-sized pieces, easy to digest, cutting out the fat and the bullshit and telling you like it is, as we see it. Who knows? This is our opinion. Never for financial advice. This is for informational, educational purposes only. We'll check you next time. Thanks, guys. We love you guys.